My name's Todd Gaster. I've been with Dr. J. Anthony DeMarmol now for about 7 years. What I can tell you, a couple things. If there's anyone on this planet who knows what is going on right now, it's him. He's spent the last 60 years in every one of the countries, all 7 continents. He's been over and he's seen the same patterns over and over and over again. And what is happening now, actually, Che Guevara, Raul Castro, Fidel Castro said that they were going to bring down the United States without ever firing a shot. This is the plan that is going on right now. Now, normally, real quick, I talk about the zipper. The zipper is an operation in the 80s where Reagan went to Congress and asked for a slush fund to fight the spread of communism. Congress said no. Reagan was a good friend of Dr. DeMarmol. He says, you've got a special skill set, I need your help. So I'm going to provide you with the paper, the magnetic ink, and the plates from the Treasury Department. Go print me some money. Dr. DeMarmol set up a printing press in a warehouse in Santa Ana and printed billions of dollars of U.S. currency, which is what collapsed the Soviet Union and brought down the Berlin Wall. That's in this book. Okay? But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, we want to talk a little bit about health and health freedom, right? I don't know, did anyone see that the New York Times had breaking news today about organ harvesting? Anyone see that? The breaking news? Okay, that's in this book from 1959 that Dr. DeMarmol broke that a while ago. This is the first book in a 6-book series about the JFK assassination. His team was involved in the planning and the execution trying to prevent that as to what actually happened. And if you want to know the true story about that, including the organ harvesting, that would be in this book, which is up there. Then the final thing I'm going to talk about, because it's really, really current, and that is bin Laden and Obama. So, you know, there's some things that you may have heard or some things that didn't quite add up when Obama or bin Laden was killed. You want to know the truth? Documented everything that happened, how it went, and you might want to see some other things in there. Yesterday when we were speaking, when he was speaking, there was a sign. Someone was holding up a sign that said, "The elites eat children." Okay? You have no idea how true that is. And that's in this book. You want to know the truth about it? Get this book. But anyway, I don't want to take any more time away from him. The last thing I'm going to mention about Dr. DeMarmol, he's one of the rare people that have a doctor on both ends of his name. The one that's important for tonight or today is the PhD on the end is a PhD in genetics, specializing in infectious diseases. He was also, everything that he talks about is not something that he read on the internet. It's not something that he found on a Reddit. It's stuff that he personally witnessed. One of the things that he's going to talk about is being in Wuhan in 2019, before all this happened. I'll let him talk about that. But anyway, it is my distinct pleasure, honor, and privilege to introduce Dr. Julio Antonio DeMarmol.
And I'm not charging anything for coming here and speak for you guys, okay? I want to make that clear, because you're talking about the people charging 8,000, 10,000, 80,000. I don't charge a penny to come in here and talk to you guys today. And to me, it's a great pleasure to speak with you every day. I wish I got millions of people every day. That way we can maybe be able to stop what is going on in this country. And you don't even know half of what is going on, because unfortunately, you're not being in a spy business like I be. And I can speak about it. You probably ask yourself, why? How you be able to do this and don't get in trouble? It's very simple. And I'm going to say this out of my sunglasses, looking in your eyes. I never signed a single paper with the CIA or any government agency. My deal with the government is I work with you, not for you. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, goodbye. I get my own fight someplace else. And they accepted. This is in 1971 in October. to be specific. My expertise or experience or whatever you want to call it is so valuable for them that they, accordingly with the high elite in the CIA and other government agencies, never did this before with anyone. But they bring me in under that conditions. That is why I can speak with you freely today, because I don't sign any undisclosure agreement. Do you understand what that is? That is why I can going to tell you today a few things. I don't want to get you worried. I want to give you hope, because I see this done many times in this country, and we resolve it. We got presidents like President Reagan. He had the guts. He got the stamina. He got the morals. He got the principles that probably you've never find in any politician. Politicians, I always say, they all should be hanged in the tallest tree, because either one, and each side, they are bad people. They offer you something, they promise you something, and they don't deliver nothing. I see something this morning in television, and I want to apologize to use this because my eyelashes are very thin, and the light hurt my eyes. Whatever you like to see my eyes again, I take it off. Okay? I see something this morning in the television where it caught my eye, and I talking with my guys. They talking about organ harbors and all kind of stuff, like something is new from yesterday. I say, sometimes you've been put in life in the wrong place in the wrong time, or in the right place in the right time. I've been in the wrong place in the wrong times many times. And one of those is when I'm 13 years old. And I stole, because I say that with pride, I stole Che Guevara's briefcase for the military compound. Because my handlers tell me, he must have great information in that attaché, and we need you to take it out of that compound. With 13 years old, I managed to take that out of his office, where he visited us in one of the military compounds. And what I running from my life, because they sound the siren and all the stuff in the military compound, and I running, try to save myself, but I don't want to let go to that briefcase. By fluke, because God do things in strange ways. I tried to save myself. I'm looking for some place to hide. And I discovered a metal door under the parking lot where they got all the tanks and amphibious and all this military equipment. Opened that thing desperately and got in and try. I find like I go into another dimension. This is, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this I'm talking about late 1959. Not even in the 60s yet. And these people have an underground already in less than a year, and the military compound, what they getting the people they accusing to be against to the system and the fire squad, executing these young men and bringing under that compound with medical facilities to harvest all the organs, hearts, livers, pancreas, and kidneys and everything, and sell it by orders to the Chinese government. We're talking about here not even 1960, 1959. I just cannot believe what my eyes seeing. Fortunately for me, because I get provided by the CIA and the other intelligence network, pens like this, that I can take pictures and recording and do all kind of stuff with those pens. We call it the magic pens in those times, where I took the first pictures to the missiles that arrived in Cuba from the Soviet Union. and send it to the intelligence community, and John F. Kennedy sit down in that information for over a year and don't do nothing. Okay? In other words, all what you've been told from the 1950s to now is all lies. Lies, lies, and lies. And I took pictures to those young men that they executed, take the blood out for plasma, and selling the organs. What I discovered later on, as I dig into the information that I see with my own eyes, what the hell they doing with this? Well, they explained to me that they're going to be waste anyway, and they start to take orders from China and other countries to people need to be heart replacement, kidney replacement, and you know what those goes? $100,000 in that time, $200,000 in that time, depending to the age and the group and the blood type and all the stuff. In other words, as I grow up and I see all these, I see only what I tell everybody in everywhere I go. This is not Democratic Party, Republican Party, independent. This is evil against good. And you choose in what side you will be. Because if you choose the side to the evil, evil will devour you again. Ever be in the side to the evil. Because believe me, evil eat their own self. That I see it once after the other, and every single country I've been all over the world. The reason I tell you this is because I see these things for decades being deteriorated and grow and get to the point where we are today, what is exactly the same steps they did in Cuba or Venezuela or Nicaragua or in all the other countries around South and Central America. They try to do it right now to you guys. And to me, because this is my second mother. United States of America is my second mother. And I'm going down with her. I'm not going to let these people take it away from us. I know, unfortunately, we are in a small group. All what it takes is in a small group to bring down a tyrant. All what it takes in a small group that determine men and women to stop evil. Because evil cannot shine under the light and the divine light of God. I a Christian. And I a Christian not because it's a fluke. I a Christian because I don't want to go in details in that. I tell people I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a religious crazy. I don't even go to church. I believe in God and I communicate with God everywhere. Talking with myself under that tree or anywhere. You know, if you don't choose to go to church, you don't have to go to church. I believe a church is a great institution and it unites everybody. And that is the root to our society. And that is the reason it represents extreme danger for all these socialists and communists and Marxists around the world. And that is the reason they want to destroy the church. But if you don't want to be in the church, at least open your eyes and see what is behind all this. Because if you don't open your eyes and do something about it, because I tell my friends all the time, I enjoy to everyone have a Bentley, a Maserati, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a house in Beverly Hills. Why not? If you work hard for, enjoy. God bless you. But you have to make a pause and use some of the time you're using to get that wealth to maybe protect your family, your community, and your country. Because eventually, if you don't do that, you will lose all your wealth anyway. What is the point to work so hard to somebody as a parasite coming and take it from you? And that is the government with a small group, diabolic, because I see this in cults. This is not something I read in the book or somebody told me in Walt Disney's World. This is something I see with my own eyes. I penetrate myself those diabolic cults. And I got even videos to high elite prominent figures that being in this country telling you what you're supposed to do, doing exactly what this sign said yesterday, eating flesh of the babies. Because in their mind, sick mind, they rejuvenate when they do that. Believe it or not, this is kind of stuff that people even see in probably in science fiction and don't believe it. And they say, for God's sake, this guy is crazy. That is why I just try to limit myself what I'm going to explain to you guys, what I see with my own eyes. And I put it in those books. And the only reason I can put it in those books, I still wonder. I'm going to tell you this, taking my glass again. I still wonder because I see even some music, they say leader sings out of the what's supposed to be political correct, and YouTube and all this stuff. Cancel it. Stop. Nulo. Out. And no, so far they don't even stop one single in my books. They all in 7 or 8 distribution around the world, and they don't even move a finger to banish any of my books. Just think about it. They must be afraid because they know they're sitting in 40 or 50 now manuscripts. That if this is a small bomb, a C4, the others are probably an atomic bomb. And I'm telling these people, I will be very, very cautious to not misinform the public, to not tell anyone anything is not truth. Exactly what I saw and what I got documents for. And I'm going to put the most, I say, light documentation. I don't want to step in anybody's food, but I'm going to tell people the truth of the facts. And if you stop me or you try to stop me, then I'm going to open the whole dam. The whole water going to flood the whole town. And if you want to take my life, you guys tried 56 times already and failed. Because I got the most divine angel behind me, what is Jesus Christ. Amen. And I say, hey, I will retire when I'm dying. Not before that. And now, they tell me, don't even go to any public gatherings. And I say, you know what? Nothing to be afraid. What can happen, let it happen. And I, with my open arms, will be waiting for. And I tell you guys, be united. Don't be afraid to nothing. Put your name everywhere. What they can do to you. Put you in jail. Kill us. It will be another people behind us. They cannot kill the entire population. If the parents right now stop to send the children to school, what is going to happen? The school system collapse. They cannot stop a tsunami, no matter how powerful we are. We cannot ever, as a human being, coming to the extent to have a power to do something like that. Imagine it to stop 10, 15, 20, 30 million people in the street. How you stop that? In other words, all what we have to do is not be afraid. Fear. I tell people all the time, people don't drown because they don't know how to swim. People drown because of fear. And when you got fear in your brain might function like a computer. Your muscles lack. You cannot even come in afloat to breathe, and you drown. Not because you not know how to swim. In other words, the worst enemy we can have is a fear. And to this virus, anybody have any expertise, and it's not a mercenary, because there's many doctors, mercenaries out there. They tell you, oh, you're going to die tomorrow. Oh, don't wash your hands. Oh, this. I don't say don't wash your hands. I don't say don't do what the normal hygiene required for you to keep yourself in good health. But I'm telling you, you don't even need that vaccine. As a medical doctor, as a genetic specialist, I'm telling you, I'm going to give you an advice for free today. Go and get vitamin C, 1,000 milligram, timed release. Write it down. It has to contain rose hip. It has to contain rose hip, because it's not when you go to the bathroom, you urinate it there. This is a cheap vitamins. You go and buy good vitamins. So you buy $20,000 car, $50,000, $100,000 car, you can buy a good vitamins because you're $40 only. Okay? Then you go and get an immune system support. Immune system support. And you take 2 of those capsules every day. And 3 immune system support. And you can work in a hospital with people with leprosy. Listen to me very carefully, and you will be healthy. Why? Because your immune system is like a hammer. It's a tank. And no matter what is the bacteria or the virus broke into your nose, into your ear, whatever, they cannot hold inside to your body, because your body is strong enough to send it away. Also, I'm going to give you another tip. Put a glass, the salt water, 2 little teaspoons the salt, and 1 full spoon the vinegar. Since you want to be super precaution, okay? Put it in your sink. Not Listerine, not a scope, forget about those crap. Salt and vinegar, okay? Put it in your restroom, in your sink. And every time you go to the tree and talk to people and shake hands, do it with no fear. Come back home, wash your hand, get a mouthwash, gargle. You will be free to any bacteria. Why? Because the alkaline in between the salt and vinegar kill any bacteria you got in your mouth. Where the bacteria is coming to your body? Your ears, your nose, your throat. If you stop it there, what happened? You don't have no bacteria. In other words, all we have to do is do that 1 or 2 times a day and take those vitamins. And you believe me, don't need that vaccine. Vaccine is a dead virus. And sometimes they don't kill it right. And then it kill you. Especially, I tell people joking, I afraid to anything, no matter what is done by Trump, by Biden, by Reagan, by any president in this country. Anything is done in the rush is always doubt. And it will be consequence later. Any intelligent mind know that even when you make a baby, so you make it in the rush, that baby going to born with less fingers because you're in the rush. You're joking, but it's true. You have to take your time in everything in life. And you have to do the studies. And you have to check. And the result of this vaccine will be later on, years ahead, the consequence than what you're doing today. You will have migraines. You're going to have liver cirrhosis. You can have pancreas problems in the pancreas. Especially wear that mask 8 hours a day, for God's sake. Well, we actually, in the surgery room, we use it for 2 or 3 hours, and we get out, and we just want to breathe. Because we need breathe, we need air. What is the ingredients for the human being to survive? Oxygen and water. You deprive your body for either one of those elements, what happens? Your body is not going to function properly. And you breathing your own air, even inside to the car, like you're going to contaminate your wheel or your accelerator. And I looking at people and I say, how people can be so ignorant? How people can be so ignorant? You know, for God's sake, it's just logic. You don't have to be a PhD or go to any university. You just go to Google, for God's sake. I don't even like Google anymore. But just go to Google and ask him what happened when you put in your mouth, something in front of your mouth and your nose, and you keep on breathing, you're seeing toxins every back and forth. What has happened? Eventually you're going to get dizzy and you're going to collapse. And simple, it's logical. And people, unfortunately, they listen to every propaganda they see in the TV. They feeding you like they feeding a baby when they're born, because they think that you are actually not capable to understand anything, and you're going to be so afraid that you're going to do whatever the hell they tell you to do. You remember what Hillary Clinton say? We're supposed to be the deplorables. You remember? Okay? People get short memories, unfortunately. But how somebody, as this president, say, I never will mandate a vaccine, I never will mandate a mask. And then 3 weeks later or months later, they say, no, you have to mandate. If you don't put it on, you're going to lose your job. This is a slow progress to the dictatorship that I see in Cuba, in Venezuela, in North Korea, in the Soviet Union, in Germany, with the Nazis. Because my uncle actually tried to prevent the Nazis to take over in South and Central America. And he told me all about the Nazis. And the Nazis, believe me, it's the same photocopy to this, what is going on today. The socialists, the communists, they change names like a prostitute change underwears. Okay? They start to be fresh socialists. No, we nationalists. We socialists. We communists. Well, we Marxists. Now we progress it. No, you regress it. You're not progressing, you regress it. Because you take me back, looking, a few months ago, a gasoline is $1.50 a gallon. That hurt. When I go and fill up the Hammer, and it cost me almost $150. These guys are crazy. And I say, how people not protesting to this? How people not coming to the streets and say, they say I don't go to work no more? Because you guys robbing me. You're robbing me. You don't increase my salary. You don't give me no more money. Just a little check, to keep you quiet. What you call it, the stimulus. The stimulus. Don't give me no stimulus. Let me work in peace. Don't steal the fruit of my work. Don't increase my gasoline and put it at $5 a gallon. You just taking my money away. And silently, until you get in the point where they come in and take your bank account. And then they take your business. And then they take your church. Remember, in the pandemic, they close the churches, but they keep the massage parlors open. What did I tell you? Oh, the massage parlor maybe pay more taxes to the governor here in California. Or maybe pay some money under the table to him. Because it's all about money. Believe me, I see that. You're talking about the money men. Okay? The men manufacture money for the President of the United States and collapse the Soviet Union and bring down the Berlin Wall. Money, Mr. Franklin, is a very powerful man. And they can buy politicians, senators, anybody. And I'm going to tell you one more thing, because I don't want to make this too long. Fortunately for you guys, you live in a country where I'm very proud of it. And I say this is my second mother once, and I'm going to say it now. This is my second mother, and I'm going to die for. Because there's no other country in the world, I've been all over the world, believe me, that you can go in a park over there, and you can go and have a decent restaurant, and water to wash your hands, and even something to blow up your hands. Never you find that in any other country around the world. even in Europe, in the most sophisticated places, you have to go in the butchers and maybe use banana lips. Okay? In other words, my point to you guys is, starting from there, we have to get on our knees and thank God for what our ancestors leave behind. Because this is not happening one day. This happened in blood, sweat, and sacrifice to millions of people that died for this freedom that we have today. Don't leave that alone. Don't abandon that freedom you have today. Please fight until the last breath, because we don't have no place to go no more. Everybody around the world, they're running from these people. Where they go? To USA. Our beautiful USA. Unfortunately, these morons, I call them morons because actually you have to be retarded to don't understand that what you burning a business, or you burning a car, or you breaking burning something in the street, or desecrate a flat, you actually desecrating yourself. These people, they're not Americans. They are mercenaries. Mercenaries. And I saw that, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. Multimillionaires, like a Bill Gates, and I can mention many names. They're financing these people, these groups. I talk to these groups, I infiltrate these groups. And they tell me, listen, man, I don't have no job. I need to make money someplace. I said, how? You making money destroying your own country. You'll be so ignorant that you taking the money from these guys to serve, to be you're going to be your master, and you're going to be the slave in the future. But you don't even know, and they're little money buying you to do bad and horrible things to your own brothers and sisters in your country. And I convince you, believe me. I tell people, if I get the power to convince terrorists, how can I convince you? Okay? I tell you, I see things that turn your head off like this, like an exorcist. And you say, no, this is going to be possible. Well, it's possible, and it can be worse. In other words, we have to stop it now. God bless you. God bless America. And I want to pass the microphone to you. And I want to be open for any questions.
Go ahead and take questions. Just people will raise their hands, and just pick people in the order that they raise their hands.
Okay.
And if you can, repeat the question to the microphone. So
Okay, the way they understand my English. I forgot to apologize for my English, you know.
I love your English.
I got so much. I've been working 2 jobs for almost now 50 years. The job at night is go and try to keep you guys' freedom alive. And we do a great job for a long time. And until now, actually things getting worse and worse, because we've been penetrating really, really, really deep. And not only the State Department, the CIA, FBI, everywhere. It's two of those. It's the good and the bad, you know. And if you get to the bad people, look at what happened in January 6th. They turn around and dress the lie so beautiful, it looks like a true. And they smearish so bad. The truth, they look like a lie. But I've been having 2 jobs, and then I don't have time to go and learn proper English. Because I want to apologize for anything I say you don't understand.
No problem.
Yes, go ahead.
Real quick, there's something else. One of the things about Dr. DeMarmol is he's extremely, extremely humble and does not like talking about himself. So I'm going to share one other thing that happened recently. And so he calls me the other day, and he wanted to tell me about something that was going to be happening, something that was going to be coming up in the news. And so if I saw it, I knew ahead of time. And you may have heard about this thing in Afghanistan. You know, I don't know. There might have been a little bit of an issue there or something. But anyway, there's this big, pullout and evacuation, and a bunch of people left there. Have you heard of the Operation Pineapple Express? Yep. That's him. He called me 2 days before it broke. So it's not something that I heard after. It's not something that you could come up with. This is the type of thing that when he talks about that he spends his evenings helping and fighting for our safety and our freedom, that's what he's talking about. He won't mention it, but I will.
Thank you. I'd like to say something. One more way. I'd like to say something. The reason I picked the name is because we call him the Pineapple Man. Because he is a sweet and sour. He's got a very strong head. Sometimes I want to kick it in the head. And it's a very sweet man and good, but got a good heart. And that is what we call it, the Pineapple Man. And that is why we call that operation the Pineapple Express. Actually, the people conducting that operation is not mine. It's a group of people involved. It's some other people's ideas too. It's not my idea only. But we provide the most valuable source for that operation, and it's the intelligence. If you don't have intelligence, you cannot do nothing. Because you cannot go even to invade another country and don't know what is waiting for you in there. If you don't have the intel, you cannot do nothing. And that is what we provide to the whole operation. Okay?